Cali miners, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money, got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga, streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top, diamond Cartier. That nigga Wall won't give a pro bitch the time of day. They see me climbing, they see me shine.
Professor Melly Bell, the Hood Postman. So who am I here with today?
G Cross, the motherfucking boss.
G Cross, the boss.
Straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Compton. So being straight out of Compton, what was that? What was that like, Cross? Tell us about the yesteryears, man, because we don't get that conversation too often. Can we delve into that?
Compton. Thank God for Easy motherfucking E. Because we all knew about Compton, but the world didn't. Because Eric Easy E. Wright, the whole world knows about Compton. I mean, talk about from the east side to the west side to the south side, all the way to the north and in between. You know, there are a lot of people try to downgrade our city, but guess what? Fuck you. You don't like it? Stay the fuck out. But I tell you one thing for certain, two things for sure. I love it. Everything in Compton, no matter where you from. If you from Compton, you from Compton. If you say you from Bompton, you from Bompton, as long as you straight up. You know what I'm saying? But remember, it was always Compton first.
That's the original.
Real talk. The truth about Compton, man, you know, coming up, you know, in my era, I was born and raised in Compton on Anzac, 2123 North Anzac. People still live there in the whole 9 yards, right? And I never, ever contemplated on going anywhere else other than going to get some money to leave Compton. And I want to be a part of that whole rebuilding process in Compton because a good friend of mine, Bishop Ron Gibson, Bishop Chuck Gibson, you know, these are very good men. And I told them that before I close my eyes, I want to help be a part of that situation to help rebuild the city that I helped tear apart. Because from the front to the corner pocket to Mona Park to Carver Park, all the way to you know,
Oaks Park.
Oh, come on, that's a given. Oaks Park, that's a given. South side of Compton, Kelly Park, neighborhood, you know, everywhere, the Grandees, 165 block, everywhere in Compton, the swamps, you name it, you know, it was all a united front, you know, and even with all the Damusets that are in Compton, there was still a united front because we used to fuck with each other. You know, there was no limit to where you can go, who you can fuck with, anything like that. As long as you was a straight up motherfucker. Now you still had your dirty people, even inside of your neighborhood. But to be able to go where you want to go, whenever you want to go, it was a beautiful thing. Now you always had some certain people who would be willing to cross you. But they know that there were real repercussions if you cross a good motherfucker. You know, the clique we come from, nobody severed ties. We still cool right to this day. We never crossed each other. Right to this day, I can get on the phone. I got Warlock from the west side. Even though James Benson Sinbad is in the pen, all these guys are in the penitentiary, we still communicate with each other. Why? Because we understand the value of who we are and who we were at that particular time, you know? But Compton is Compton. It's always going to be in my heart. It's always going to be in my blood. It's always going to run through me in the whole 9 yards. And it is what it is.
And explain to the people, Cross isn't just a nickname. That is your actual name.
Yes, it is. Gregory Cross.
I didn't want people to misconstrue that because sometimes nicknames become...
Gregory Lynn Cross Sr. Even though I lost Junior in 1981, that's me.
And you was the first Cross.
Yes, sir.
and Bobby was Little Cross.
Ain't no question. I just talked to him the other day.
I like to talk with him.
Oh, I'll give him your number. He'll
Okay.
call you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
him, Richard Moore from Watts. I communicate with everybody.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Today I had an opportunity to sit down with Nose from the East Side.
Who?
Nose.
Okay.
Used to run with Mad Dog and Moto and them back in the day.
Okay.
They was the San Pedro boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so growing up in Compton, what did that give you to make you who you are today? Because there was things that transpired in Compton that gave us all our individuality, but yet there was something about the core of the group that kept us, that made us glue, stick together.
You know, just straight up homie values. Real homeboy street values.
Did we lose that somewhere?
Somebody else lost it, but those that I fuck with didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Real talk. Somebody has lost it along the way, but it wasn't one of us. You know, at the end of the day, we're responsible for who we are, and I'm responsible for a lot of people, and a lot of people still responsible for me, because there are certain people that can call and get me up out my bed. Should I say less or should I say more? I can say more. There are certain people that can call and get me up out my bed. Real talk. You know, I'm not gonna come and do no talking to you if I come to knock on your door. It's just that simple. But who wants to live that life anymore? None of us do. Okay? We're grown, we got kids, we got grandkids and different things like that, right? But at the end of the day, there's still some good dudes that are left that are my age who are still on my speed dial and I'm on theirs. And just straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Compton. And just for the record, you're the first resurrection. In other words, the first out of the crypt.
I can't say I'm the first out of the Crips.
No, what I'm saying.
From my neighborhood.
Okay, from that generation.
From my neighborhood,
yes.
From that generation. Because, you know, from Carver Park, Roy Tucker, Zane, Bay Ronnie, Gangster Tim, Felton Lee, Willie Hurd, Color Bar, you know, as far as from Carver Park, as from Compton, you know, that whole clique over there, right? Then you had Lil Lacelle and all them from the corner pocket, right? You had us from the front, me, Pitt, John, Bodine, Alvin, Lester Evans, Mad Doctor, you know, AB, you know, of course, Wash and Alvin, Red and all them. Red, rest in peace, man. May he forever rest in peace. You know, guys, Green Eyes, Fish, you know, William Ferry Norton, you know, Karate Benny, all these guys were core members. I remember when we just called Front Brothers Incorporated, FBI, you know, and we were not really associated or called Crips. We were Front Boys, right? But one day at Centennial, a dude by the name of Don Turner, who grew up on Jarvis, he was motherfucking Front Hood Crips, nigga, fuck them niggas. I'm like, whoa, okay. Now we fuck with everybody. We fuck with the Bloods, we fuck with the Crips. We should go on Power Street and party. But he gave us that label and it stuck. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because we go to Oaks Park, party with Duck and Chester Norwood and all of them, which is now Santana. Right? Oaks Park was one of our meeting grounds. Carver Park. And when we got ready to party, sometimes everybody would come up on the front. Or we'd meet in the Grandies. You know? And it'd be, I mean, literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of guys, man, and girls, man, all the Criplets.
What about the Cher Capri?
Oh, come on, man. Cher Capri, man, that's what Nervous Dan called his body at, shaking with the shotgun.
That's how we give him the name Nervous Dan?
Nervous Dan.
Yeah, that's my homie.
I know. You know, Danny's really from the front.
Yeah.
And his mama moved over there on Spring.
Right.
You dig? And he introduced us to Donald Norwood and Chester and all of them. You dig over there? You dig? But Danny's really from the front.
Okay.
You dig? Danny grew up on Grape Street. Right around the corner from me, off of Anzac.
Yeah, I remember Aunt Larcene. And,
Ain't no question.
And his sister Josette, Yule.
Yeah, oh man, you know the family.
They related to my kids.
Okay.
My baby mama, first cousins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I remember when Yule was a cold player.
Yule, Jerem, all of them was some players.
Jeremy,
man.
yeah.
Yeah. Jerem was the player. Yule was the tall one.
Yes.
Jerem was the sweetie. What's up, baby?
Yeah, I can't remember what happened. Something happened to him.
I don't know what happened to Jerem, but you know, may God rest his soul. But he was a good dude. He was cool. He was good. He was a good dude.
Let's talk about AB a little bit.
Okay, AB.
AB.
Off the 133rd. Off the 3rd, man. Spoon, rest in peace. Oh my God, I can go back, man. Oh man, you get talking about these dudes, man. It kind of touches my heart because, you know, it was a core unit up on that front, man. You know, and he lost his brother Anthony in a shooting because I don't know why they was beefing with these dudes from Long Beach, the Gaithers, and you know, because Willie Gaither was cool. Mm-hmm. I never had a problem with him, but why they had a problem with it, I don't know. But he ended up shooting Anthony, you know, ended up killing him, and you know, it didn't create a front hood Long Beach situation.
It created a Compton.
No, it created a personal situation with them.
Mm-hmm.
You did, because nobody from Long Beach never came up on the front and did nothing. But those individuals kept going back and forth to Long Beach. Right to this day, I ain't never had no problem with nobody from Long Beach.
Yeah, because I met you and Sean going to Pint.
Yeah.
Going to Long Beach.
Ain't no question.
When we used to catch the RTD, the
ain't no
60
question.
going to Long Beach.
Exactly. We should go out there and hustle at the Pike.
Right.
Pickpocketing.
Right.
Yeah. Real talk. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time. Yeah, mm-hmm. I miss AB, man. AB was a good dude. Fight his butt off.
Ain't no question. AB was Alfred Turner was his name.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his brother was Anthony Turner. You know, and Anthony was a good dude. You know, just like I say, man. You know, sometimes you just gotta roll with the flow and just know when to kind of like lay back, man. And because that old saying goes, "Yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery. Today is the present." That's why we call it a gift just to be here. Mm-hmm. You know, and there's so many different opportunities that have come my way, even regardless of my personal obfuscations. It's just that it's all God's will. If it's meant to be, it's going to be.
True. What was your first introduction into the system? Was it Youth Authority or
Youth Authority?
Okay.
Actually, it was Juvenile Hall.
What year was that?
It was 1974. What happened is, I had a 57 Chevy, and all my homegirls, you know, we used to go to lunch. I used to take all my homegirls to lunch, you know. And we coming back, I'm dropping them off in front of the school, and Putin he wanted to shoot me. For no reason. This dude had no beef, no nothing. You know, everybody in my area, we wore tailor-made clothes.
Right.
I got on a maxi leather coat, brown first, tan, brown leather coat, and I got on a brown tailor-made suit, right? And I get out the car and
Jax or Arthur Williams?
Huh?
Jax or Arthur Williams?
No, it was Delgado.
Delgado.
Yeah. It was cut by Delgado. Anyway, I'm getting out the car, letting all them out, and this dude, he coming up on me with the pistol, right? I see the pistol. I'm going for mine, but the security guard, Robert Anderson, rest in peace, he said, he knew I kept a pistol because he used to date my former wife's sister. He knew I kept a pistol. But he seen what was going down, and he knew that I would have shot back, but he was not going to allow Putin to shoot me. He was not going to allow that, right? Anyway, once that got broke up, I went, scooped up a few homies, and I know that Putin used to hang out at Dominguez. The rest is history. As the bullets start flying, wasn't no drive-by. Motherfucker getting out right out the car and handling their business. You understand what I'm saying? And he grabbed a female and used her as a shield, and the bullet hit her in the neck, and she became paralyzed. Well, we get knocked. I go to Juvenile Hall, but because I was a good athlete, I was a good student, even though I was entrenched in gang activity, I was still a good student and a good athlete. And Mr. McCrumbie, Mr. McMillan, all my teachers, the counselors, vice principal, the principal, they all came to court for me, literally. And the judge was like, you know what? This is the hardest thing I'm going to do. I'm going to have to set this hearing off. He set the hearing off. My attorney, whose name at the time was Jaime Corral, I will never forget him. And he called my mom and he said, Miss Cross, you got any place where he can go live outside the city? My mother was like, trying to think. She had a brother up in Fresno and another brother up in Sacramento. Even though that's my mother's people, I never saw them. I knew they existed, but I didn't know them, you know. But my dad had some people up in Bakersfield that I knew, that I loved. We fish, hunt, we did all that together. Every time I went to Bakersfield, that's why I would stay with them. So I knew them, their mom, their dad, all of them. And my mother said, yeah, I got a place for him to go. He can go live in Bakersfield, California, right? Boom, come back, had a hearing. And the man said, because of all of the love that these teachers and these counselors, the principals, I mean, stacks of letters from the community, my neighborhood, you know, I was an athlete. I ran track, played football, baseball, you name it, you know. And they gave me an out-of-city placement and allowed me to go to school in Bakersfield, California. That's where I met my wife. And that was my foray into the justice system. Came home in 74. Then, 75. Then I'm young. I'm like 17, man. I got real whores. I got chose at a young age by a dynamite sister out of San Francisco. May she rest in peace. Now I just found out that she passed away in 2020. Her name was Johnny Marie Ross. May she ever be embedded in my heart. And I'm getting that type of money. You know, we got the big diamonds. We got all the, you know, the get-ups. We got all the clothes, the shoes, the girls, everything, right? And we're living in West Hollywood. A friend of mine, my youngest son's mother used to fuck with a bunch of ballers. And somebody came up there and tried to, well, they did rob the place, and they held my son and them hostage, per se. And we packed up, a lot of homies packed up, we started staying in West Hollywood. And that led to me constantly walking in the morning, going to Norm's, past this fly-ass jewelry store. I see these big old stones. Okay. All right, put together the crew. We go get down. One motherfucker didn't listen and pulled a drawer out, and I told him, don't touch no drawers. He pulled a drawer and let the silent alarm off. You know, as fast as I can run, I could not run them goddamn German Shepherds. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, I get knocked. I'm 18. I make bail. People bail me out. I made bail. I ended up going to youth authority for it. I also had a burglary that I got convicted of. And I went to trial on one case on an assault me and D shot. I literally went to trial.
Darnell Miles?
Yeah. We went to trial. He'll tell you, I just saw him today. We was talking about today. We went to trial. Well, the dude is on the stand. He's looking at me. He tell the judge, I don't know why he's here. He don't have nothing to do with this. And we went to trial. I didn't leave D hanging on that. We went to trial. I got found not guilty, and D got found guilty. You dig? So I went to YA on a burglary and a robbery. Jewelry store robbery. While I was there, I applied myself. You know, I've always cut hair and different things like that. And, you know, I was going to barber school. I was working in advanced building maintenance. And August 5th, 1976, I went to parole board. I wrote my own parole stuff and everything. Represented myself at board. The parole agent was there, but he didn't say shit. I wrote my own parole report, everything. Not only did they let me go, but they gave me immediate release forthwith and gave me a 5-day furlough to get my shit together and come back and get my shit and go home. That was my foray into the legal world. That was my foray into writing. knowing that I had comprehension skills to be able to help myself, I can help others. I was the number one grievance clerk at YA.
So
at YTS.
did you realize that you had that talent, or you discovered that you actually had the abilities to write law, write briefs, write?
I didn't know it
motions?
until I had to do it. You know, I've always prided myself on being able to do certain things, but some things just come to me. Like I can sit right now and write a masterpiece proposal, which I do all the time. And you know, it just comes to me. I got out of Hawaii. I went to this school on Manchester and Broadway called Safe School of Credit and Collections. I learned everything from skip tracing to credit verification, insurance verification, you know, and collecting. I've represented California Hospital Medical Center, Santa Monica Hospital, Providence, any of the hospitals that were under the umbrella of the Lutheran Hospital Society of Southern California, Pacific Health Resources. I worked out their corporate law office, the law office of Peter C. Rank. And I worked for the law office of Alan Burton. I worked for Medical Accounts Control. I had various doctors. out in the valley. I worked with different lawyers. But you know what? I fucked up. I really fucked up. As good as I had it, one of my older homies, I used to sell him powder. And he had a bunch of chicks in with him one day. There's one chick I really wanted to knock down bad too, boy. And I come in here to sell him an ounce of powder. And all these bras slipping in, they, you know, I got the sack, right? And he tell me, he said, hey man, let me get that. I said, well, give my money. He paid me. I'm ready to leave. He said, no, hold on. I want to show you something. Worst mistake I ever could have did. I should have went and walked out that door. So anyway, he was a real scientist. When I tell you a real scientist, you guys have seen Frankenstein, right? Mm-hmm. And I got the beakers and the big thing blowing and rubbing and all, you know, like a real science stuff. That's where his living room was. His little part near his kitchen. I mean, literally like a science laboratory. Okay? He took the whole ounce of cocaine and he put it in this little thing. And I'm watching. I said, what you doing? I'm just watching him. He said, you gonna see? So when he got through, he had a table twice the size of this. Glass mirror. And when he got through doing it, he got this big old dropper about as big as this. And he pulled all his liquid out and he put it back on that table. And it all turned back to powder. And I'm like, what the hell? You a magician? What the fuck you done? Now I see all the bras running. Man, they took this freebase shit, right? So I'm like, man, shit, let me get the fuck about it. Look at these motherfuckers. They're like, literally, all of them. Every female that was in there had these little old pipes and shit. It was one chick, the one I told you I want to knock down, right? I'm getting ready to leave. She said, no, she know I got the sack. No, come on in with me, right? I go in that motherfucker, and she get all naked and shit. Man, I'm trying to go. I'm trying to get my money, right? So I'm getting ready to leave. Greg said, man, my homie, my big homie, Greg, like, hey, man, check this out. I said, no, man, I don't like the way he got y'all looking, right? Y'all look at this, look at them. They own one, right? Man, worst thing I could ever do. I should have left out that door. Man, I took a motherfucking hit of that shit. I woke up, dig hard, and the bitch is standing there, asshole naked. And the rest was history. I didn't go home for 5 days. I'm literally. And that was my spiral into the underworld of addiction. Literally. Now, I still function. I went to work and everything, but when I got off work, I knew where to go. And I was still making my little chips. But it was constantly dwindling. And at that particular juncture, a chick walked up to me and she says, you know anybody want to rob a bank? I said, bitch, that's the FBI. Hell no. Bitch, that's federal shit. But I ran into an old head I used to sell dope out with my partner Herb, rest in peace. Me, Walsh, and Magoo and all, and we had a spot over here, right? You know, and this old dude want us to rob this this courier because the Brinks truck was on strike. And then my intuition, when we go to get out, my intuition said, look around. I looked around. When the courier pulled up, I seen the reaction on certain people. I said, man, them people watching that, man. I'm not going to do that. So I leave. I said, well, shit. I go back to this girl, and I'm like, hey, yeah, you still got that lick? Yeah. Man, shit. After that shit was so easy. It was just the foray. Now it was the foray into robbing banks. I get up in the morning, go to work, and go to lunch break, and I may do 2 licks, 3 licks in the same vicinity.
In the same